excited? Gee, don't be that excited. What's wrong with you? Just me. It's an a-hole in a suit. It can't even tie a tie. I mean, that's not worth the excitement. Trust me. So okay, we're just gonna let people come in here and stuff like that. What we're gonna try and do is somewhere down the line, maybe even early on. I guess I should ask this of you guys. Does anyone want to be on Nostalgia Critic video? No, nobody. Okay, well, I tried. Oh wait a minute, maybe my hearing's bad. Let me hear again. Does anyone want to be in Nostalgia Critic video? Wow, I'm never asking that again. Oh my God, I really am gonna go deaf. Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait for more people to come in. We're gonna wait for Rob, Malcolm, and Tamara to come in and stuff. And I'll just tell you what this is gonna be. Somewhere down this, during this panel, how many of you know who John Bailey is? Yeah, okay. He's going to be in an upcoming video, and we want to do something where we kind of take him out of a panel that he's doing. So we're going to pretend like this is his panel and he's talking. I'm just going to come in and grab him by the ear and drag him away. And what I'm going to want you guys to do when I point the camera at you, I mean, like I said, we'll wait for more people to come in and stuff, but when I point the camera at you, you're all just going to look happy and content. And I'm going to say, look confused. You look confused, and then you just kind of wave. Because he's being dragged away. So, and that should be, I can probably do it now the more I think about it. You want to be in a video now? Cool. Now, what people don't tell you when you film this is that it's actually very boring, and there's a lot of people just pushing buttons and looking and being like, yeah, no, that's a camera, yeah, no, those are people, yeah, and it just kind of keeps going from there. So, but okay, so I'm going to have to project a little bit here from this mic. So let's see. I'm going to try and get a good shot. Let's get a good shot from here. Okay, so for the people here, and don't worry, I'm going to get down there and over there and stuff. I'm going to have this group all here doing. I want you all to just be smiling with you right at the camera and just sort of nodding like interesting stuff is being said. Go ahead. Nodding. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, really cool. And I want all of you to look just a little confused. Weird, yeah? And now on the count of 3, I'm going to say, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, wave, and you're all just going to go, like, very confused, like, oh, so I guess that's it. All right, we can do that. So, all right, y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, wave. Great, we're going to do one more. I want you all to look at the edge of that screen there. That's where I want your eye line. Okay, y'all ready? All right, 1, 2, 3, wave. You all get Oscars in that. Now, this group over here, we're also going to try and have Lauren Londa in this video. If you don't know her, she's amazing. She's awesome. Go to her panel unless it's during mine. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in, I'm going to take her from her panel. So it's going to be the same thing. You're all just going to be looking like look up at the glass there, probably is a good idea. You're going to be looking, just going to be, kind of nodding, looking happy, just very, very happy. So, okay, hold on. Okay, y'all ready? And start nodding. Looking happy, yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, it's very cool. All right, now all of you look confused. Now all of you just kind of shrug. Okay. All right, now we're going to do one more shrug, just more of like a confused shrug, like, what's that? All right, now I'm going to count to 3. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, shrug. And the guy that went time wasn't leaving. All right, I'm going to film one more time over here. And you guys are going to be the crazy ones. Just like after 3, you're all going to go, what the hell? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, what the hell? Okay. Okay, y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. We got round 5. Whatever you want. Totally anarchy, chaos. We have no idea what we're doing. Working at a con, you love anarchy and chaos.
Thank you for coming to this press conference. A meteor is heading towards the Earth. We have 10 minutes left.
Who wants to do me? Orgy. It's like, we're all gonna die. Day-o!
I just love this disembodied tiger's head sitting here. It's like you killed him, Malcolm.
Look at this. He's gonna mount it on his wall.
Just look at this.
Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and start this here. John Bailey's going to be coming in some point like after his panel. I think it wraps up at like 2:30 or 2:45, something like that. So we'll shoot this bit real fast, and you'll be able to see that. And we got you guys in the Nostalgia Critic video. Real fast, right after this, we're just going to go to our hotel room real fast, just change out clothes, grab our prints and stuff. We're going to go down to our booth and sign stuff. We have prints, we have DVDs.
Be there for about a couple hours?
Yeah, we'll be there for about 2 hours. So if you don't get a question asked, come down there, say hi, and buy our shit, because we really like that. Yeah, so this is pretty much a Q&A. Gonna introduce ourselves real fast. I am Doug Walker. I work for a website called channelawesome.com. We have a YouTube channel. We do all sorts of various characters and sketches. Probably the best known is Nostalgia Critic. You can applaud.
I'm Rob, and I like long walks on the beach and people whispering sweet nothings in my ear. I also play Santa Christ.
I'm Malcolm Ray. I'm an actor and voice actor. I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I'm best known for the role as the Devil. And yeah, it's good to be here.
And let's start. Okay, first question. No,
I'll just leave. Hi, I'm Tamara Chambers, and I'm on Nostalgia Critic, and I'm a comedian actress.
So cool. So let's see, Natalie, you're okay. Perfect. What we're gonna do is she has the microphone there. If you have a question, just go ahead, raise your hand up. She's gonna come around with the microphone, and we're just gonna go ahead and answer them.
I'm gonna run like a bad.
You don't have to run. She's working so
God,
hard.
Natalie.
She's the best.
She is the best.
She's great.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So you've inspired me to do my own YouTube channel where I do something called Drunk Cosplay Reviews.
Okay.
And my question for you guys, because I already asked Trevor Mueller, a fellow other actor
Oh, cool,
who's
yeah.
done prior reviews, I brought him out for a drink. Would you guys like to go out for a drink?
You know, there's about 20 people taking us out this weekend. So,
I feel terrible, but it's like, take a ticket.
yeah, I mean, thank you so very, very much. We just got a lot of people already taking us out.
Actually, tonight you guys are going to Nick's.
That's true.
You're going to the Nick's bar tonight for convivial. Tonight is also the cosplay burlesque. So if you guys want to come out and see them, you are totally welcome to come.
Yes, please buy us drinks, then get us plastered. Whoa.
Yes.
I'm gonna put the water over there because I don't want to electrocute myself.
He's already
Then
drunk.
you'll see a side of
All
Doug
right.
that only a few people
Let's
see.
go right in
Or
front.
too many.
Yeah.
What would you do if there was another animated Titanic movie?
Well, as long as it's not about the octopus. I know where you're going with that.
I'm going over this.
Hello. First off, I know this is a little bit old, but the back credit card.
Back credit card, I'll kill you!
Run, Elle! Run!
I'm stronger than I look.
That is the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
So strange.
Happened
I've never
2
seen
years
him do
ago,
that
too.
before.
Okay, on a more serious note,
Rap with me.
I'm sorry, I should have started with this. As someone who is aspiring to improve his writing and become more of a writer, I was just wondering what your writing process was like.
Start with an entire bottle of Jack Daniels.
Yeah, always good.
Thank you.
Apparently Jack Daniels was invented here. I mean, for like the reviews, I mean, we just kind of watch them and we do kind of like Mystery Science Theater where we just sort of like shout jokes at them and we write down the funniest ones, and then from there, I don't know, I just sort of see which ones need to be expanded on, which ones are best left just as a verbal joke, which ones could have a character, which ones go throughout the entire thing, which ones are kept short. It's hard to say where to start. You just sort of follow your gut and take your time with it too. I mean, you know, meet deadlines and stuff, but I mean, take your time. If something's not coming to you, wait, get up, go for a walk, you know, do something to move your body around. That usually helps.
Hello, Mr. Walker.
Hi.
My question is, your theme song, The Review Must Go On, is there any influence from the Queen song, The Show Must Go On?
One bit, none. It's entirely that song.
That's what I thought.
You know, I mean, we change the notes and we make it more sound like that song, but yes, it's very much The Show Must Go On. Well, it came from the Moulin Rouge review. That's where we first sung it, and that they did The Show Must Go On in that too, and we did a parody of that. But when I came back, I'm just like, that's a good theme song. Might as well just do that one. That seems to make sense. So yeah, definitely. Let's see, where'd she go? There she is.
Nobody knows where I am.
She's kind of like a ninja.
That's why I'm wearing a black dress.
Where's Black Dress Waldo?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So, quick question. You guys are also an inspiration to me, and I'm sure countless others in here. So I'm wondering, I don't want to make a career out of it, but I just kind of want to do it as a hobby. But like, if I wanted to get into doing reviews, like in that same format as you guys, like what kind of equipment and software and all kinds of stuff would I need to get started?
It depends what you want to do. I mean, I can tell you what we use. We use Adobe Premiere to edit. We use it's pretty professional lights now. I mean, we started off with like tungsten, but then it went to more kind of the fluorescent dimmers and stuff. We use Canon now, but Sony works very well too. It's just a purchasable handheld bone-in and stuff. So it's just kind of whatever you're looking for. Brad's equipment is never that high tech usually, unless he's doing a movie.
I always say, like, you don't need to freak out too much about quality. Like, you should just enough so that it's watchable. But Brad's always the golden example of if you just make it funny. I mean, his shtick is that it looks low budget. So.
Yeah, and he reviews
I would
low
agree
budget
that it's
stuff.
more about the personality than the equipment use.
Yeah, but it does help to look. It helps to have a visual style to it.
Right. So then, like, as somebody who knows absolutely nothing about cameras, like, what can you recommend?
YouTube.
Yeah, let's see. The Camera XA25
Canon.
ACHD Progressive.
There's a lot of tutorials
Hope
on
you
YouTube.
got all
though,
that.
too.
Yeah, that is true. If you go to YouTube and they talk about different kinds of cameras and how-tos and stuff like that, I think that's a good place to go as well. Really, anything if you don't know, just go to YouTube. It's all on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a request.
Sure.
Would you please review Fan Forsic? This is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life, period.
Only if I can have
Because
the
the film tries to be darker, serious,
Can I have that
realistic.
I don't want to actually purchase money for it, so if you give me that copy, maybe I'll review it.
Well, let me finish.
No. Just hearing about it is enough. Hey, do you want me to review it or not?
Yes.
Bring it forward? Okay.
No, Doug, what have you agreed to?
I love this. Like, look at this guy. This cover looks amazing. It's colors jumping out. You look at the back. It's like just all bland and gray and nothing. And it's like that's the movie.
What have you done?
It's fantastically bad.
Oh, yeah,
I wanted to go my whole life
Are
without
you giving this to
seeing
me
it.
too? Oh, is that? Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, I didn't get the script. Mama! No, okay, this is all like the terrifying things that like I've seen in my review, like the Arnold baby, the food fight woman, the weird pile of goo from Lava Girl. It's just No, please take it away from me. No, we talked about doing this for a while. It's kind of like either this or Gem, and we wanted to do Gem first. So we'll probably get around to this.
Know
If not
what you're
this year,
agreeing
probably
to.
next
You have
year.
no idea. None.
So cool. Thanks so much, man.
We have another question right over here.
Right over. I totally
Where did
cannot.
Ninja?
Hi, how's it
There
going?
we go.
Since you started the Where's the Fair Use hashtag, have you personally seen YouTube take any action about the false DMC takedowns that have been running rampant?
They have, actually. It's something they announced, and we haven't seen a ton of action because people have, not surprisingly, kind of stayed away from us in terms of claims now. Can't imagine why. That there actually is, we were saying before in the Where's the Fair Use video, about a side pot, where if somebody makes a claim and then you say, no, they can't steal our monetization, they can't steal our money, before it would just go that person made the false claim. Now there is a side pot. So if it's disputed and you win that dispute or they don't remark or whatever, the money goes back to you. So that's a step. There's definitely a lot more to go and stuff like that. But I mean, the fact that that's done at all is really something. It is showing that people are listening, and we really genuinely believe YouTube wants to do good. Like, they want to fix this, but we also know there's a lot of connections, there's a lot of people they're tied to, and we totally get that, and we know it's going to be a process, but we think it's worth the long haul. But yes, changes are happening. I think that's really, really cool.
Hi.
Hey, longtime fan, and I bug you every few years. Anyhow,
Awesome. Thanks.
So, I've been watching you for forever and a day, and I've been waiting for you to review my favorite film of all time because I think it's a train wreck, but still kind of fun.
The movie Trainwreck? I like that movie. I don't know. I thought it was
Close.
pretty good. Amy Schumer has this great talent. No, go ahead.
Starship Troopers.
Oh, I love that
movie's awesome.
Well, okay.
I love it.
It
It's supposed to be a comedy,
has
right?
great parts, but it's very, very, very silly.
It's supposed to be silly.
I remember hearing a radio interview with Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah.
And somebody asked him, it's like, why do you think Starship Troopers was such a bomb? You know, you've done movies that were really big. Why did this one? And he sat there for a second. He's like, I don't think people realized it was supposed to be a comedy. It's a dark comedy.
They didn't know if it's supposed to be funny. You know, it's supposed to be if, the Nazis took over and the propaganda and nobody got that.
Would you like to know more?
I will
Doogie
say,
Howser as a frickin' Gestapo agent.
Amazing.
At the end of that. Hey man, this is war. It's afraid.
You know what we might do the same way we did with Demolition Man, like we praised it even though we kind of made fun of it. Maybe we'll do something like that, because I think it is kind of what we're talking about for that, because a lot of people still think it's supposed to be serious. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, man.
Consider that.
Hello.
Hi.
So we've heard your opinions on some of like the cartoons from the 80s, like He-Man and Transformers and all that stuff. Have you ever considered doing an old versus new of like maybe some of the newer versions of some of those 80s cartoons?
The only downside is it's tough to watch an entire show. Like with a movie, it's 2 hours, hour and a half, something like that. With an entire show, if you want to really represent it, you gotta watch as much of it as possible. You want to do it justice.
All I can say is Thundercats needed more snarf. I feel like I got enough.
And I haven't seen that many of the new shows, so I mean, I don't think I'm the one to really talk about it. But if I ever do start watching like one of the newer shows, I'm like, oh, like I really want to watch this. Maybe then I'll do an old versus new. But
I do it just to do Skeletor again.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish. Christmas, I'm Jewish. Get in there, you little Aryan Hitler youth, and step on it.
So, how was the Nostalgia Critic born? What made you decide to start doing
Well, when a
reviews?
man and woman love each other very, very much.
Now it's gonna get a little gruesome. See, outside between the legs.
PG-13.
Pretty much, it was just I was going through that nostalgia phase. I think everybody goes through, and
He went through a midlife crisis.
Yeah, it was a little
Have you ever
weird.
heard of this? But when you're in your like early 20s and you suddenly realize you have to start adulting, and so you watch stuff like, what am I talking about? That's all you people are.
Yeah.
But so it's that same concept of just like, he's like, I just remember when things were so easy like 10 years ago, and like he hit that stage, and that's really what kickstarted it.
Oh, I thought you were like hitting me. Okay, sorry. Like, hey, I'm going through that stage.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Oh yeah, no,
Tana?
it was pretty much just and I was watching a lot of this old stuff again. Remember you being so great, and then watching it again, I'm like, no, this isn't so great. Actually, a lot of it's not very good. But the stuff that was good made it stand out even more. But a lot of it, I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if there was a character that felt betrayed by this? Like, this used to be phenomenal, now it sucks. What happened, kind of thing. And I always liked, Lewis Black and Daffy Duck and Bill Murray and all the, Basil Fawlty, all the famous jerks. And I always wanted to play one. So I just kind of did it as a hobby, and it just exploded from there. So yeah, it's pretty much just an excuse to play every jerk I've ever wanted to play.
I wanted to know if you were going to be playing any more antagonists in video games coming up soon.
I did film footage for a video game. It's like I think Joe did too. where it's kind of like Mortal Kombat, where you film yourself like against the green screen, you do all the moves and stuff. But it was a long time ago I did it. Maybe they're using it for like some sort of weird porno that I don't know about. Maybe it's like there is no video game. They're gonna have me and Joe like going against each other. Like, yeah, I wonder what that makeout move was about. That was really weird. Oh, actually, I remember because when we were filming it, a lot of the moves they were saying, it's like, now super uppercut, drop kick, 5 or something. Like, they had all these moves I didn't know, so I had Malcolm stay behind because he knows these games, right? He knows the moves anyway, and he was just like, okay, so that's when you do this, and then you go down and stuff, so he actually helped me out with that. But there should be another one coming, but yeah, as far as I know, it's not out yet. But when it is, look at my Facebook, I'll announce it and everything.
Do you have a clause in Malcolm and Tamara's contract that when they make it big, they have to come back and do at least one episode?
Well, I missed it,
We can never leave the studio.
Yeah. They still have not left the closet. I keep them locked in there. This is a rare treat for them.
We're very excited.
It's actually a hologrammatic projection of them. They're actually filming this from the closet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Help us.
Question for the devil. It's if I offer you my soul, will you assist me in a brony war I'm having with your daughter?
Absolutely.
Can you assist me with something that's a little less flamboyant than that?
Wait, what's that one more time?
Can you assist me with the brony war with your daughter if I offer you my soul?
Absolutely. Bring me your army, and we shall join them together.
Excellent. This guy right here.
Got a little weird.
There's so many hands, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I've bugged you pretty much every year I've been able to talk to you here. There is this movie called The Adventures of Scamper the Penguin. Basically, you know Felix the
somebody's
Cat?
heard of it, really?
Wow.
I'm
Times
impressed.
10.
No.
It sounds adorable.
Felix the Cat times 10, basically.
Okay, and you want me to review it?
Yeah.
Well, the fact that
Basically-
somebody heard of it makes me a little intrigued, so maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's painful. When the characters are in danger, you just want them to die.
It's kind of like watching Nickelback. That's awesome.
Ouch.
It's more of a suggestion than a question.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know if you ever heard of the movie called Meet the Feebles.
Oh, the Peter Jackson?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's
I don't know if I could
it's
make
basically
fun of that. It's kind
basically
of its own
Muppets
thing.
on crack. But
Yeah, I don't know if I can make fun of that because it's already kind of making fun of itself. It's its own crazy thing.
Yeah, you have a point there. But
I mean, I could like get a good few reactions, like for maybe 3 minutes, and then maybe like a 3-minute review, just
From
be
the,
like, out!
from the Academy Award-winning director of Lord of the Rings.
Meet Puppet Boy.
But it's good to know that you actually know about the movie.
Yeah, no, I
It's
do
very
know about it. I
obscure.
never gotten all the way through it, and I think
Yeah.
that's its intent,
pretty
but I haven't
bad.
gotten through it yet.
All right.
Cool, thank you.
Coming around. See the
Now
lights?
you have your bath water.
Yeah. It's not the back credit card.
Yeah, every con gets one, okay? I did my one. I gotta hear what this guy's question is.
Oh, you. Stop. But quick ones. One, so where are we on that 50 Shades of Grey review?
I got on my knees and wept, good sir. I begged him to do it, and he wouldn't.
If we can just get Tamara to agree to it. There was, Rob had an idea. We eventually scrapped it because I decided I do want to go, if we do newer movies, I want them to have some sort of nostalgic tie to them. But Rob had a really funny idea for it. Tell him what it was.
Wanted to do it entirely with like sock hand puppets, and when they get naked, you just take the sock off.
And you just take a little like red string and wrap it around the socks.
Yeah, and then like you have another hand with a paddle, just like.
And then just real quick for Malcolm and Tamara. So you guys have been on it. Tamara, sorry. You guys have been on for a while, so I just want to know what is like your favorite roles that you've been playing for like all the time that you've been on the Nostalgia Critic.
Oh, okay, I'll go first. My favorite roles are like between channel awesome version of myself, because that's just like a super exaggerated version of me, and it's always fun playing a super exaggerated version of myself. And then of course the devil, Because I don't know, it's just so easy to fall into that character. Like, I had the whole outfit that Doug described.
Yeah, that's his suit. Like,
Yeah,
we were
that's
gonna
like
give
mine.
him one, but he had it, and it wears him beautifully.
We had to shoot something for Brad Jones, and I'm like, well, just get the suit out of the prop room. And Doug's like, I don't think you understand. Malcolm owns that suit.
Malcolm is the suit.
I was like, oh, shit.
Hyper Fangirl is my favorite to play. She's so much fun. But I also like the ones that make me feel really badass, like Mad Max and like Wonder Woman.
Ray.
Ray, that was amazing.
Yeah.
So you guys have made a lot of really memorable episodes, but which ones have been the ones that you've had the most fun making?
Fun making.
Mad Max. Jim J. Rise and I worked on those props forever on Mad Max, and we got to like spray paint all the vehicles and build like the interior of the truck, and that for me was probably the most fun I had.
That's my personal favorite review, if anyone else had that question. But that's my favorite review is Mad Max. The one I had the most fun shooting, probably a toss-up between either the Star Wars Force Awakens or the Batman Superman one, because filming with both Brad and Joe, they are just so much fun, and there's such a lot of energy, and they're constantly cracking jokes, and they always come up with ideas, and they are just so much fun to work with, and they'll go however long you need them, and they'll just do it forever. And
They'll
they're just
also improvise great scenes,
Yeah.
both of them.
Anyone with people coming on, like Dante Bosco, that was super fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I am super jealous of that, by the way.
Well, and with Joe too, what I always realize is that, you know, like, I'm so lucky I have so many great actors to work with, and with Joe, I think because when he does his videos, it's pretty much like a straightforward, kind of exaggerated thing, but he is a legitimately hilarious comedic actor, and he doesn't get to do that much. And when you work with him, not only does he say the line exactly how you wanted him to say it the first time, but he'll sometimes do it like 10 times better than what you had in mind. I was like, I don't even need a take the way I wanted. That was so much funnier. My favorite is just when we hold up the picture of his kidnapped mother in Superman, he just goes, Mama! And then Trevor's like, I'm gonna go Batman because I think it'd be cool. He's like, okay. It's just, he got it immediately. First take, he got it.
And the Star Wars ones with Brad's ad-lib lines like, still a better son than Mutt Williams.
Yeah. So anything with them is just always.
Oh, you know what? I also would say Rob Paulson and Maurice LaMarche when we did that little bit with them. That was just like, it was
also at ConnectiCon.
Yeah, that was also at ConnectiCon 2 years ago, and it was a really quick bit, but like just standing behind the cameras, the two of them just performed that Pinky and the Brain sketch where Brain goes off on him, just classic.
And what about you, Malcolm? If you got yours.
An episode that I had the most fun on. I gotta say, again, the Devil one, where Santa Christ, the Devil, and Rita Repulsa are all stuck in an elevator.
Everybody loves Santa Cthulhu.
Yes, exactly. It's just so much fun.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll do the next one.
Hey, Doug. So I remember at one point you had a Schwarzenegger month, and you also had something like a Nicolas Cage month. Would you ever consider like a Tim Curry month?
Ooh. Oh. The only problem is we've done a number of good ones already.
We've done but you know there's more.
Yeah, there's more.
Legend would probably be fun. I'm trying to think. I feel like we've done all the biggies, but I know there's more.
Congo was amazing.
Yeah,
the diamonds are here. No. We did Fern Gully.
Yeah, it's like we did so many of them already. I'll look into it, and maybe there's other Tim Curry films we'd be like, yes, we can do these. So we'll see what comes of that.
So I was curious, has Uwe Boll threatened to fight you yet?
Not yet.
We come from the no fist school of fighting, which means we just run away if somebody tries to confront us.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, first I got a request.
Sure.
Will you guys ever consider reviewing the film God's Not Dead? Because I've watched it. It's just a pretentious.
No. The reason we won't is because
Brad's
Brad's was perfect. Go watch Brad's review.
Brad's review is amazing.
All of his, the Pure Flix films that he does, they're just by far his best stuff. And he's done a lot of really funny stuff. So watch those. Those are phenomenal.
Yeah. Thanks. And I got a question. Since you've basically done everything with Disney December, are you planning on continuing it, or are you going to kill it?
Oh, dear God.
Okay, I've actually started early this year, watching them, because I haven't seen a lot of these.
There's one
There's definitely one element that I've gotten asked years. People have asked me to do this. I'm finally doing it. I'm doing the direct-to-DVD sequels. And surprisingly, they're not good.
Surprising.
Bambi 3, The Revenge. No more venison.
It's personal.
Cool. Let's see. Where'd she go? There she is. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
This was a question that I knew that I wanted to ask you ever since I saw your Dark Age of Movies editorial. And that was when you brought up Lord of the Rings. You mentioned that fantasy films were box office poison before Lord of the Rings. And that made me think, why? And I'm not talking like a Masters of the Universe type fantasy film, which I call a fantasy not fantasy, which starts out as a fantasy and then, oh, surprise, bait and switch, it's in modern times.
Yeah.
Or something like Harry Potter, which I don't consider a fantasy because it takes place in modern day.
Oh, you're talking about like a long time ago in fantasy world kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I think the same reason just like comic book movies were poisoned for a while. Just people were not taking the risk. They weren't putting the effort in. And I think it's the same reason kids' films always rise and dip all the time. Like sometimes they're phenomenal for a long time. Sometimes they're awful. Just people, when they see they're not doing well, they don't put in the extra effort. They don't try as hard. And they're just like, well, maybe we can make a few bucks in this kind of niche market. But they don't put in the money and the skill. And I think with Lord of the Rings, because they had such a following, and it was a risk. It was a huge risk. So the fact that paid off, and then Harry Potter grew with the books. That wasn't even the movies that got going, that was the books. So I think taking that risk and putting the effort and the good people on it, that's what got it going. Same thing with the comic book movies.
I think the culture changed too, just like how you needed a Stanley Kubrick or George Lucas to come up with like 2001 or Star Wars to prove that you could do something like that. Somebody needed a Peter Jackson to say like, no, you could do Lord of the Rings. It can be amazing. You can throw this giant budget in it and it'll make a whole bunch of money. I feel like the culture shifted too. I think like there were movies of that style kind of around, but they were all biblical epics. I mean, if you think about it, like, I'm not saying the Bible is fantasy, but I just don't want to get into that debate. But it's the same sort of concept of these big giant sets, you know, these spectacular effects and stuff. And those eventually died out. And I think once Jackson proved that you could do a fantasy, and once that was opened with Spielberg and Lucas, who had, even though it's sci-fi and space opera, it has fantastical elements to it. Like, I think it just blew everyone away, and now like fantasy's kind of everywhere.
Yeah, and along with comic book movies too. Yeah, so awesome. Let's see.
Still right over here.
Oh, still over there? Oh, there she is.
I saw what happened to the last guy, but I wanted to ask this because it seems that I'm the only person that thought it was a good movie. But first, will I get beat up if I mention M. Night Shyamalan?
No, please.
Do you guys think The Visit is a good movie?
Which one?
The Visit, the one where.
I actually got him that for his birthday.
Still haven't seen it.
It's hard to say whether or not it's good, like it's technically well done, but I really enjoyed it, and I thought the moments that were meant to be funny, intentionally funny, I thought were intentionally funny. It still has his fingerprints all over it in those awkward moments, but I thought it was one of the few films, especially in the third act, that was both really scary and really funny at the same time. And I don't see that much in movies. So I enjoyed it. I can see how somebody wouldn't like it, because it does have a lot of awkward moments and awkward writing, but I thought it worked just enough. I thought it was very entertaining. Did you guys see it at all?
I did.
I need to see
Yeah,
it.
what did you think?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was better than what he's been doing recently.
Oh, by far, yeah.
But it felt like there were
After
two different.
Earth was amazing.
It felt like there were two different directors on it, though. Like the beginning of it didn't really feel quite like Shyamalan, but by like the third act, it felt like Shyamalan. It's like, okay, there's the craziness that I recognize. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I like it. I definitely like it. Let's see. Where's she? There she is.
Hi, Doug.
Hi.
It's awesome to see you again. I met you at 2012 ConnectiCon when I got your autograph and your DVDs.
Oh, awesome. Good to see you again.
I was just curious, after all these years, are you still friends with Teddy Ruxpin?
Me and Teddy have a complicated relationship.
With me.
I do not dream with him tonight. But he will dream of me soon enough.
It's those soulless doll's eyes of his.
Yeah, so actually, the funny thing, last con I was at, I met a woman who did special effects on all these movies, like Beetlejuice and Jurassic Park, and like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like made the actual stuff there, and that's what she does. And now she does cosplays. So she's really, really cool. And she worked on the Teddy Ruxpin live action show. And I said, oh my God, you gave me nightmares for years. And she's like, oh, you mean like with Beetlejuice at Jurassic Park? No, Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah. No, there was something very creepy and unsettling about the Teddy Ruxpin live action show. And even, in the toy,
everything
too,
Teddy Ruxpin.
When the battery would run low on the toy and the tape would start dipping down. Yeah, starts sounding like a ransom note. If you ever want to see your daughter again.
So, cool.
All right, so you've had a lot of actual celebrities on your.
A little louder, say.
You've had a lot of celebrities on your reviews. How did the Don Bluth thing happen?
Don Bluth happened when I saw they were doing a Kickstarter for the Dragon's Lair movie, and I just posted it on my Facebook, and his people got in contact, said, hi, we got a lot of hits from that. We saw that, you talk about his stuff, both good and bad. Would you be down for doing something or helping support this? I said, yeah, I adore Don Bluth, absolutely. And the Kickstarter wasn't, because they said they weren't able to talk to Kickstarter, like the people and stuff, so that wasn't going very well. So they're going to try it again with Indiegogo. And they said, when we try Indiegogo, can you come along and help promote it and stuff? I'm like, yeah, we can do a video, we can do anything. And we ended up doing, the commercial special and then the Dragon's Lair review. And he was hilarious, and he was such a good sport, and he knew the stuff I said about it, like his bad films and stuff. I mean, as you heard in the interview, the Show Up and Talk, like even he kind of admits, stuff went wrong, it was kind of out of control, but he's such a sweet guy, and he knows how much we love his work, and the movie got funded, the Dragon's Lair movie, and on top of that, he sent a drawing, because I told him my favorite thing he's ever done was the Small One short, so he actually mailed me a drawing of that, of the boy in Small One.
And it hangs proudly in his home.
Yeah, no, it really, when I saw that, I'm just like, I'm not crying, you're crying.
When he got that, I was like, you bastard. I didn't get a small one. I want a small one. Can't we all have a small one?
Small one for sale. Small one.
So that's how we got it. A super nice guy. But the last thing I'll say about it is that we had a line originally when he's looking at us, and I'm like, what are you doing? The original line is, what am I doing? I'm quietly judging you. And he didn't want to say that line because he says, I do not enjoy judging anybody. He's that nice.
He's such a nice guy. We're like, it's okay, Don. It's just a joke.
So he changed it to, I just want to see what you're going to do. So we changed it to that. But super sweet guy. And just a phenomenal artist. I cannot wait for that movie. I'm so excited.
I keep seeing something flashing over here, and I think he wants to say something.
I was holding up my Demolition Man DVD so it'll get me noticed. All right, first, I have one question for Tamara. So we saw you do that Return to Oz thing that Tamara's never seen. Can we expect more of those?
Yes!
I cannot wait.
Oh, we've got a list. We're putting together a list of other things to
This is going to be awesome.
The next one is going up on Saturday, and then it'll be a weekly thing.
My other question, now you guys have interesting opinions of the Wachowskis and their work. I'm just curious if you've seen their Netflix series Sense8.
No. Is it any good?
It is incredible.
Good?
What's it called?
Sense8.
Okay, incredibly good? Okay.
Incredibly good. Incredibly good.
Okay. I heard they're doing a Netflix series. I didn't check it out though. So okay, no, I'll probably check that out.
If I can get my mother to watch Sense8, you guys would probably like
okay.
it.
No, and I'm really not against, because they definitely have ideas. I think they're good ideas.
I just don't know if I want to bother, because after Jupiter Ascending, I'm like, it's never going to get any more amazing than that. That was the Citizen Kane.
I want to see those ideas really realized and chopped down, down to really what's the important part of it, and not so much filler inside.
You're saying there was filler in Jupiter Ascending?
Yeah, right. Weird. But I'll check it out. If you say it's really good, I'll definitely check that out.
Hello there.
Hi. Hello.
This has been my 4th year meeting you.
Good to see you again.
Will you consider reviewing RoboCop 3?
A lot of people, I've only seen the first RoboCop,
PG-13.
and then I hear stuff about these sequels, and it's like, I should probably check them out. I just haven't gotten to them, but I've gotten requests for the sequels a lot. What was, 2 I hear it's just not good, but then 3 is like the abomination, right? That's what I hear.
3's horrible. Also.
Oh, there was a fourth one?
Well, the remake.
Oh, the remake. Yeah, okay.
Also, I know you did already Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, but since there's a 2017 Power Rangers movie coming out, will you consider reviewing that?
Oh, the Bryan Cranston one
Yes!
and everything? We'll have to see. I'll watch it and see if it's worth it. I'm not a big Power Rangers guy, so I always feel weird reviewing it, but, I feel like I should represent it a little better because I don't know a ton about it, but that might be fun, especially if it's starting over. That might be kind of fun to do, just for the cast. That's such an insane cast. So I'm really curious to see how that works out.
Kiki.
Hi.
Hi.
So I have 2 questions for you. One, do you purchase different sets of hats and ties, or is it the same thing for years?
Not years.
You have no idea how much it smells. None.
No, I do usually have just like one, and then if it starts to if stuff gets odd or something like that, I kind of have that the stunt one. Like if I'm gonna do fall on the floor, get stuff on it, that'll be kind of like the stunt.
We literally have
one.
to yell cut and say stunt hat.
Yeah. But no, usually I just if they start to get old, and I can't use them anymore, I just eBay it for charity, something like that.
Also, more serious question: what's each of your favorite childhood memory or something like that? I guess.
God, childhood memory. Oh my God.
Wow.
Huh. That's such a lot of happy thoughts of childhood. I mean, oh man, that's hard. That's like a loaded question.
It is.
Anyone got something yet?
We went to Cedar Point back in 1991, and that was just an amazing vacation. I know, right? It's like the best amusement park on the planet. I'd also say the summer of '93, I would have been turning 14. Jurassic Park had come out. I was visiting my friends back in Chicago. We were living in a really cool place in Seattle, and I always remember it. I was like, yeah, that was the summer where everything went right. It's the summer of Rob, baby.
Yeah, no, actually, it's kind of the same thing. It was the same summer. It was '93, and I was wrapping up, I think, 6th grade, and I just had the closest group of friends then, and we all kind of worked on this. It was like a school project where we all kind of painted this wall that was just like space. It's just something like group building activity, whatever. And just the group that I had was all like my closest friends, and we just took a picture in front of it. It's kind of like, you remember the end of The Sandlot where you have that picture
I
of
was
them
just going to
as
say, it
kids?
sounds like The Sandlot.
It was really kind of like that. It was like kind of the same kids. And that movie actually came out that same year too, The Sandlot. And I just always remember yeah, that was a good wrap up of that year and how good that year was, and just what good people or what. We were in Seattle, which is beautiful, and then great movies came out. And I was around great people, so yeah, I think just accumulation of that year. I think
93, same. I was 2 years old.
I had just turned 3.
Happiest year of my life.
Figured out that whole toilet thing. It was great.
I nailed it down. Got it really good.
Nailed it first try.
Is that really your answer?
Seeing theater as a kid was always my happiest memories, and figuring out that I wanted to do something like that.
Yeah, same. Going to see stage productions and plays like that. Those were always the biggest, brightest moments in childhood. But I remember when I turned 12 in 2002, I had a close-knit group of friends, and we always worked on short films together, using this really cheap software called Digital Blue. And for my birthday, we went to Six Flags and we made a short film there. So that was the highlight of my childhood.
Good question, though. Really interesting question.
Did you reshoot Beverly Hills Cop 3?
We pretty much did stuff like that. Yeah, we did stuff like that. It was just chases.
Super quick one. If you could, which old review that you guys did that you wish to remake, before To Boldly Flee or after? Either one.
I'd just like to not do Junior.
Oh, which review would we like to redo of the older ones? Probably the Let's Play of Bart's Nightmare. Nobody liked it. I didn't like it. And when it was done, but there's stuff I put out before that I'm like, I don't know if this works, but let me try it. And a lot of times it worked. And that one didn't, and I couldn't defend it. I'm just like, yeah, I probably should have not done that one. It was in the middle of a million cons I was doing. I was like, oh, this will be a fast video. Maybe it can work. And it did. It crashed and burned. So, But it's still up there, and people can see it in all its failures. So, yeah, probably that one. Cool.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
2 things. One, have you ever reviewed anything that you just hated every second of at first, but then had it grow on you during the review process?
Actually, I'll say with Batman and Robin, Arnold really grew on me.
Yeah.
He got a lot of fun. How about you? Same thing?
I'd probably go with Batman and Robin.
It's just when you accept the madness, it's kind of fun.
No, Super Mario Brothers and Dennis Hopper.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember, even as kids, we didn't like that movie that much. But watching it again and again, there's something about the Super Mario Brothers movie that the insanity of it just keeps growing on me.
Particularly him. He just is doing whatever he wants.
See you later, alligator.
But acting like he doesn't want to do it. It's like it's whatever he wants, but he doesn't want to do it, so it makes no sense. It's a brilliant bit of insanity.
Second is the smug, know-it-all guy with the bow tie from the Amadeus editorial going to become a recurring character?
Natalie's down here saying, please let it be, please let it be. Maybe, I don't know. I guess we never had
for Natalie, anything.
I guess we never had an actual smug character. We've kind of used that voice and everything, but we never had a character. So maybe, I just knew if I wanted to talk about Amadeus, I just got to talk about all the people that always say, oh, it's so false, not true, and because it came about when I actually watched a biography on Mozart. And it starts off, you saw in there, it's just everybody thinks they know the story of Mozart because they saw Amadeus. So much of it not true. And I watched this biography, I'm like, pretty much everything they said about Mozart in the movie was true. All the stuff about Salieri, that was historical fiction. But Mozart, simplified, but it was true. So
it's being told, and Salieri did go nuts in his later years, and it is being told from his point of view. So he's an unreliable narrator.
So it's brilliant that way. Probably, I'll see if I can bring that character back for something. If it feels like he's worth bringing back for something, I'll do it. Cool. Where'd she go? There she is.
I just saw you 20 minutes ago at the signing. How you formulate your reviews, to me, it seems so intriguing and thought-provoking. I just love how you just go into detail about the review itself, how it makes people feel, how it makes people think about the world around them. Have you studied English or any higher education on those subjects to actually help you influence how you do your reviews? Because it's just so inspiring how you review things, especially on a deeper level.
Well, first off, flattery will get you everywhere.
No, it's just one of those, you want the honest answer, the one that really got me sort of thinking twice about it, maybe I can do more than just shout jokes at it, was watching Lindsay's reviews. I loved the way she could really legitimately analyze a movie while making jokes about it. And it sucked me in. I love that when I watched one of her reviews, I left with something on a movie that I never thought of before. Even if I agreed or disagreed, whatever, it's I never thought of that point of view. And I really liked that. And I said, let me dabble with this. Let me see if I can kind of do this with especially with the resurgence. Now it's kind of like that fun little bit. And again, it's taking sort of an idea to make a point and seeing if you can turn it into a character, a song, a sketch, a story. And so I sort of taking it to that level. But no, in terms of I didn't study film criticism or anything like that. I just I watched a lot of Siskel and Ebert though, and I love the way they talked about it. And they as well could be very funny. I sort of got a great respect for that. And I like working that into the reviews.
It certainly wasn't an English class because he butchers the English language all
constantly,
the time.
Every day.
Hello.
Wave your hand so I can see it. Oh, cool. It's against the sun. That's why I can't see it. Okay, go ahead.
Big fan. I was wondering if you would do the Land Before Time movies. Maybe maybe a lot of large.
I think Mars Girl has that covered.
Yeah, Caitlin did those, and she did good reviews of them. I don't think I have the time. I think I'd be dead by the time I got to the last
Land
one.
Before Time 49 now? Is that it?
Where they would be, they would actually, no, the amount of movies they have, they would be up to modern day.
When do they go extinct? When do they go extinct?
So probably not, but we'll see what happens.
Hi,
Hi.
Love your reviews, by the way.
Love that you love my reviews.
Now, I have a quick question I remember you guys reviewing Food Fight.
The classic.
Why must you bring that up?
I don't know if this has been asked yet, but with recent movies that have been announced and everything for later this year, will you be watching and reviewing Sausage Party?
Oh, I heard about that. I mean, it didn't look good. People have been bringing it up, like, it's another food fight, it's another food fight. But I mean, that's good people behind it. Isn't like Seth Rogen in there and say he can be pretty funny. So I don't know. It doesn't look good, but we'll see. If it gets like this infamous, like so bad you have to see it thing, maybe. It just kind of looks like a lame comedy.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Nostalgia Critic!
How are you, sir?
Actually, to break out of character for a second, I actually have 2 questions for you.
Actually, it's funny that you did that because whenever I wear the bum outfit, I need to direct. It's like, you see me in the outfit, I look like a bum, but then when I put glasses on, I suddenly look like a hipster.
All right. Oh
This
my God.
bum is really articulate.
All right.
It's a fine line.
Now, next year will have been 5 years since you did your last top 10 worst movies. I was wondering if you were considering doing a revised version, considering all the movies you reviewed since you came back.
There's a few that would be up. Garbage Pail Kids is still the worst.
Right.
Never top that.
Mamma Mia, for me, is up there, and so is Jim.
And the second question is, change! You got change!
Come on, help out a guy, will you? Change!
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. Do you take credit cards, sir?
The bum is moving up in the world.
Don't do it, man.
Wait. Is it a bat credit card?
I already did it! You get one! I made that clear!
Hey, I'm going to bring it up all weekend now.
Oh, yeah, nobody else will.
You're stuck with me.
You're supposed to get me away from all that.
Oh God, I sound terrible on this mic. Anyways, did you see the Discworld films? And if so, what did you think of them?
What are they called?
The films based on the Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett.
Oh, Discworld. I didn't know they made films.
Yeah, they actually did, and I would say they were quite good, but just curious if you've seen them.
You know, I didn't read the books. I know they're very popular. You read them, right? I think you did.
The books are good.
I
was
heard
like
they're
the
good.
CD-ROM game too, I thought.
Yeah, I remember the Eric
Idle
Idle CD-ROM game. But yeah, I have not read them. I hear they're really good and a lot of fun. So I probably should. I wouldn't mind. So they're movies or is it a show? It's a 2-part miniseries? Okay. Yeah, I'll probably check that out. So, cool. Where? Oh, hey, yes.
Oh, hi. Pinkie Pie here.
Hi.
Hey.
So, question. So, back when you were old school Nostalgia Critic with the yellow wall, it was mainly just you doing the review and just talking about the movie. But then when you came back in your newer format with the turquoise wall, you brought on Malcolm and Tamara and Rachel, and you went more into skits. So I was wondering, what was the thought process of transitioning into the skits and bringing all these guys on?
We just wanted to piss people off.
Yeah, that's always no, pretty much, like, the reason we killed off the critic the first time was because we were like, I just feel we're running out of steam and ideas, and there's only so much I can say this movie sucks, and just talk to the camera. But then, kind of like in the review must go on, I mean, it's very true. I sort of saw this movie, This Odd Life of Timothy Green, and it was just really bringing this energy back, and I was thinking, like, maybe there is stuff I can do not only with the critic, but sort of different ways of doing reviews, sort of like, you can find these different ways of, it's video's a visual medium, why not utilize it? Why not use characters, sketches, and songs, and people, and stories? Because I wasn't seeing people usually do that. They would tap on it, and we would tap on it too, but they wouldn't usually dive that deep into it. So I really like the idea of something like, the Mad Max or the Alice in Wonderland stuff, like having like a story going through to make the point even clearer and just show a new way of emphasizing this point. So yeah, and I couldn't do that alone. I want it to be a bigger production. I want it to be, I want people to feel like, oh, this isn't just a guy in front of a wall. He's really putting work into this, and he's really doing something that a lot of our people aren't doing. And it's uniquely him. And it's a unique kind of point of view. So yeah, just sort of came
Well, I'm
from
glad
that.
you were able to get your passion back. One last question. I miss Rachel. What happened to Rachel?
Oh,
Tamara killed her.
Yeah.
She ate her.
Rachel moved to LA. And
A likely story.
was doing after I killed her, and was doing like awesome like modeling and acting stuff. And now she just moved to Florida for a year to do an acting internship. And hopefully, fingers crossed, after that, she's going to move back to Chicago.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Where Tamara will then kill her again.
Where then I'll kill her again. No, I love Rachel.
Actually, if Rachel comes back, that's when we need to like be like the Joker and break the pool cue and be like, we're gonna have tryouts.
And then we'll just make friendship bracelets.
I don't think you know how this works. Hi.
Okay, hi. This is, I don't know if you've ever heard of it because it kind of got like buried because of the good Frozen. But there's this, have you ever heard of the movie called Frozen that was released in 2010? It's
the horror film?
Horror?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the one where they're on the ski lift. Is that it?
That was meant to be horror?
Oh, I never saw it. Maybe.
Oh, that was funny. I mean,
it's a
honestly,
funny movie?
it was kind of just pitiful. No, it was pitiful. It was really bad.
Oh,
and
okay.
I don't know if we want you to watch it, but I don't know if you like want to do that. If you
No,
can
you know,
get the joke out of
I
it.
legitimately wanted to watch it because I thought it was a great idea. But I think I know what you're talking about because I heard the characters are really unlikable. They're like despicable people.
I was yelling for them to die by the end of it.
Yeah, okay, spoilers, but no, that's what I hear.
So it's kind of like Archer, only in Archer it's really funny.
No, that's kind of what I've heard too. So yeah, I might check that out. Yeah.
Okay. Also, one more thing. My family and I really like you, and we just hope you keep doing what you're doing because you're great.
Hey, keep watching. We'll keep doing it. Thank you so much.
We like you too.
Yay, friendship.
Hey, how's it going? Morning.
Good.
Kind of a two-parter. First off, quick request. Have you heard of this movie called Norm of the North? I mean, no.
God knows how many requests for this movie.
Rob Schneider is the polar bear. Derpity derp derp derp.
We'll see if we want to do that because it has gotten a lot of requests.
Okay. My real question is like kind of pretend. Is there anyone in this con that Devil Boner is jealous of at the moment that he fears might get the attention of hyper fangirl?
Is there anyone that might steal her away or something like that?
She's pretty smitten by him.
Yeah, that is true. Though she does, as we saw in the Phantom review, she will play the field a little bit.
Yeah. Well, she's got things going on.
Yeah, she's keeping her options open. So I think that's a question for Hyper, honestly.
Don't ask why.
Good answer. So that's our answer.
I just have a suggestion, not for a Nostalgia Critic, but actually for a Was That Real? Have you ever heard of tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills?
Apparently everyone else has.
No, but do go on.
Yeah.
Think Power Rangers, but 10 times worse, and if it was the cast of 90210.
What?
That sounds amazing to me.
It does sound amazing.
Okay, you guys have fun reviewing it. I'll stay out of that one. No, I have not. I'll check it out.
Tamara, Malcolm, movie night.
Yes. Wait, is it a movie or a show? Yeah, it's a show.
All right, Netflix binge watching. I don't know.
That's awesome.
I'll definitely check it out.
Since there's going to be a new Godzilla movie coming out this month, I think the 26th, are you going to do anything review one of the worst Godzilla movies of all time?
I think we did with Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
No,
That's a lot of fish.
No, that one doesn't count. I meant like a real one from Japan.
Oh, like a real one.
Yeah. Someone.
I'm not a huge Godzilla guy. I mean, they're fine. I get why people like them and everything. I'm just not that sucked into them. So probably not. But you never know. Something might spark in there, and I might be like, oh yeah, let's talk about this. So we'll see.
Also, what's the next Adam Sandler turd that you're going to be reviewing?
I don't know. But we'll never be doing a silly voice in it.
Actually, Waterboy might be fun because so many people like that movie, and I don't get that.
I still will never forgive Doug for making me see Little Nicky.
Yeah, actually, that was pretty bad too. Yeah, but maybe one of those. Actually, Little Nicky would kind of be fun. That's visually bad too.
Oh, we could bring the devil back. Too.
Yeah, that's true. We could do it for that. We have the devil have a son.
So
that might be fun.
Fun fact: Netflix has a contract with Adam Sandler to make movies with him.
Netflix, right? Is that what you said? Yeah, no, I heard about that.
See the Cobbler. That's a dramatic movie.
Oh, which one? What?
It's called The Cobbler.
Oh, yeah, I heard that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
What's so sad? You know, I feel so bad because that guy can be legitimately funny, legitimately serious. He's a good performer.
There's some movies
He's a good musician.
I love The Wedding
and
Singer.
I feel like he just keeps kind of shooting himself in the foot.
Happy Gilmore is really good.
It's on purpose.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's on purpose. I love the Hotel Transylvania films.
Yeah,
you know,
those have been
I
good.
love to see. I mean, I actually look forward to that every Halloween when they release one. I'm like, yes, another one. So I think he can do good work, and I'd like to see good work happen because I think he is talented. And I hear he's a super nice guy too. I hear he's like the world's sweetest guy, and I hate talking bad stuff about sweet people. So hopefully he can keep the good comedy. He can bring that back. Yeah. So where are you? Where are you? Wave here. There she is.
Hello.
Hey.
I have 2 questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay. Doug, ever since your top 20 favorite movies list, has there any movies that you would add to that list that you saw recently that you didn't see at the time?
Yeah, there's 2 I probably add. I probably add Where the Wild Things Are. I thought it was an amazing film. And Inside Out, I would throw on there. Yeah,
awesome.
I love those films. I think those are so well done.
Not Cars 2?
Right?
And this one's actually for Malcolm, Rob, and Tamara. What are your favorite movies?
See, one of my favorite movies is a film by Spike Lee called 25th Hour. It features, God, I'm blanking out on his name. But he played the Incredible Hulk during the, Edward Norton. Edward Norton. Yeah, I love that film so much. Jackie Chan's Original Police Story, and Kung Fu Panda. I love those movies.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
Comedies, I really like The Big Lebowski. I liked it originally though when it came out. Now it's become the in thing to really like it. I liked it in 1997.
We saw it in the theaters. We were one of the few.
Yeah, I was trying to tell my friends about it. I went back to high school the next day. I was like, it's amazing. I said that like I left high school and went back to class the next day. I really like Fargo. Anime-wise, like most anything Miyazaki. I love Kiki. It's my wife's favorite Miyazaki film. Millennium Actress, a lot of Satoshi Kon stuff. Like, to me, he was like, rest in peace. He was one of the greatest anime directors ever. So, yeah, that's...
My favorite film is Big Fish. I love that movie so much. I also like Hunchback of Notre Dame a lot.
The Disney one.
The Disney one, yeah. I love that movie. Those are my 2 faves.
There you go. And mine's Brazil, if you didn't know.
Hi. Are you going to do another nostalgia commercials review again?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we always have so many left over. We were almost talking about
Every
doing
November.
2 this year, but I was just like, I like saving them for November. You know, it feels more special. So, we'll definitely do another one. Always November we do them.
For Malcolm, can I ask why you have a severed lion head and a tail on?
Oh, why? Because I'm a tiger, of course. I'm a tiger.
Meow.
Meow.
But probably the same reason you have fox ears.
Yeah, that's Nick Wilde. It's Nick. Nick Wilde, right?
Yeah, from Zootopia. Do you remember that movie, Doug?
Yes. No, never mind. Go ahead.
All right, first question. How did you do the eye gouge pen effect like you did in the gem review?
That was Jim J. Rice. He put it together. And the funny thing is, I said, I have an idea that a pen would be in his eye, but I'm down for any weird, gory thing. You know, it just has to be a funny visual. And he put together, actually, it's probably coming up on, if it's not already on his Awesome Builds. He shows how to do it. And there's actually a little tube that runs through the wig and down the back of his shirt that he squirts blood through. That's how he got it to come out.
I made it in like 5 minutes.
By the way, there's a great outtake because we had only this one shot to do it.
It's on the Awesome Builds.
Yeah, and it fires away, and Malcolm is just standing there as this thing unloads for like 30 seconds, and then finally just stops. There's one last drip, and Malcolm just says, "It's a gusher."
Yeah, gusher.
And it's like, if you watch Tamara in that too, she's trying so hard not to laugh. She's like,
Usually I can do things without breaking if you're like, you can't laugh right now, but that was...
Oh, sorry.
Also, since you reviewed the first Independence Day, will you review the sequel?
No. I didn't even like the first one. I have no interest in seeing that second one. Those that saw it's like, it was surprisingly bad. Really? It was surprisingly bad?
Doug, I am shocked and surprised by the lack of respect for the gold bloom.
Well, you know, you had this idea. This movie wasn't that good to begin with, and then you pushed it, you packaged it, you made a sequel of it, and now you're selling it. You're selling it. You want to sell it.
Now, here I am at this table talking to myself. That's chaos, yes.
No, that's the rape of the natural world.
Hi.
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 I want to know if there are any reviews that weren't made because you guys couldn't agree on it, or what review was like the hardest to do because you guys
We've
just
been
couldn't.
arguing over Schindler's List for a while.
I think it's crap. He thinks it's a great comedy.
It is.
No. Wow, I love my reaction. Actually, one that we both thought it was an awful movie. I legitimately got a good laugh out of it. I thought it was very entertainingly bad, and he said it was like one of the worst 3 movies he saw. Was The Gem and the Holograms.
Oh, I hate that
I thought
movie.
it was so funny how bad it was.
That movie.
The thing with the fans, I think that really is disrespectful and that's awful, but it's just so funny how disrespectful and what a middle finger it is just to everybody.
Mamma Mia was another one where I hated it way more than he did.
No, you know what? I was watching the review again though. Yeah, that is really tough. Even the little clips, I'm like, this is really difficult to get through.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah, I was wondering, I know Tamara and Malcolm, you already asked, but I was actually wondering a lot what Rob's favorite character to play is, and also, aside from Nostalgia Critic, what's your favorite character to play?
For me, it's probably, it's gotta be Devil Boner.
Oh, yeah.
I just love it. That's always been, like, whenever I did drawings when I was like a teen, it was always kind of that design of a character, just the crazy hair, the black under the eyes, and the big teeth, and just loaded with guns. And so I just love that stuff. I don't know why. I should probably see a doctor.
The one thing I did that was so short, and it's only been done once, but it's my favorite just moment because I was like, what the hell was I doing, was Dark Rob. Just coming out in that makeup with that little smile, just, and then tripping and falling. And we've never done it again. Never referenced again, but I like Dark Rob.
It would be the X-Men animated
It was before
series.
you guys were brought on board.
Oh, okay.
I really like Santa Christ. I love the way he mugs. He's always mugs with the camera, but I also like it when he gets a little snippy, like, oh, all right, I risked my life to bring you this Sega Genesis, but all right, you already got one. Thanks a lot. And the chart guys, like the chart guys have so grown. We look at the chart. The chart is where it's at.
Well, I've actually had to scale it back because we're going to use it in another review. And they were like, I think this is literally the 5th review we've used him in a row. I'm like, oh, you're right. We can't.
I like
space it out.
because I feel like it's going to be oversaturation of chart guys. And the chart says too much charts.
Yeah, it hurts making that face constantly, though.
Yeah, we both have this, like, always that sour look. Just,
Yeah.
I was also just wondering, what do you guys think is one of the more disappointing films that you've seen come out this year? Not necessarily the worst, but more disappointing.
I'm trying to think. Disappointing. I haven't seen like. Oh no, again, I can't. I'll say disappointing because the critical praise for it was so big, and I was really let down by that. Was The Jungle Book. And I know a lot of people like that movie, and that's fine if you do. That got something like 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is just. I was with Chris from Cinema Sins. He was in town, and I'm just like, do you want to see this movie I have to review? He's like, no, but after hearing 98% Rotten Tomatoes, I just gotta know. I gotta see. It's gotta be phenomenal. And we went and saw it, and we just looked at each other. I'm like, did you like that? He's like, no, that was awful. So we went, and we were just like, yeah, this was pretty bad. But we love Walk-In as King Louis. And not even ironically, he was legitimately intimidating until he sang that dumb song. There was no other point in this movie was it a musical. Like, the Baloo's just kind of singing the song. And then just suddenly, like, he's in the shadows, and it's really intimidating, and he sees beady eyes, and he's actually being, why have you come here? Why have you? And it's like, wow, it's just
Mowgli,
suddenly hear like
shame on
this.
you.
Suddenly just hear this trombone music. Wah, wah, wah. It's like, what? And it's like, because let me tell you, kid, Ooby-Doo, I want to be like you. And I just look over at Chris. I'm like, is this really happening?
oh my God, we're doing this. Is like when he was Captain Hook in that NBC Peter Pan line.
Yeah.
As long as some ghosts in the sky lagoon.
It was just one of those things where I just could not believe how not 98% that was.
I'd say for me, I'll still go with probably Batman versus Superman. Because it's another one of those movies where I could see how you could coax a good movie out of this, and just nothing worked. Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like, what was the question? Like, we got on to Jungle Book.
Disappointing film of the year so far.
Oh, disappointing film of the year. Oh, Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Jungle Book as probably the most disappointing, because like when you see that score, you're thinking, oh, this must be something revolutionary. You go and see it, and it's okay to me. I really enjoyed Idris Elba though as Shere Khan. He's just such a good voice actor. I love Idris Elba's voice. But aside from that, yeah.
I like everything. I didn't see Jungle Book though. It sounded pretty bad.
You'll probably like it.
Oh, I will say the previous year, my wife dragged me to see 50 Shades of Grey. And that was the most disappointing because, oh no, that's the funny thing. We both thought it was going to be hilarious. And we're like, what the hell? This is boring as shit. Like, this should have been hilarious. It wasn't even that.
So is the book.
Hello.
What is that, by the way, the costume?
Strong Bad.
Was it?
Oh, Strong Bad.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay.
Yep. All right, so I have two questions. The first one is regarding the production of your show. From start to finish, from like script writing to when you finally put the episode on YouTube, about how long does it take to put together a single episode?
2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from watching it to writing it, everything. We take a day to watch it and make notes.
Wednesday, we watch it. By the next Tuesday, we film it.
Yeah.
And then it's out the next Tuesday after that.
Yeah, so that's about it.
Okay, then the other question is, you guys have obviously seen a lot of movies, so if there was one cliche or trope, if you saw it one more time, would you like literally kill somebody over because you're just so over it?
I'll give you one that I see in film trailers all the time. It's one of my biggest gripes in film trailers. When you've got like a cute kid or somebody who's about ready to swear and instead they play some explosion over it. That I first remember seeing it where it made me groan was like in The Mummy Returns when the little kid's like, "When my father's gonna kick your," and then there's like something sort of like kaboom, and
He
then
was
Mummy's
gonna
like,
say yes.
nothing. So it's like I hate that, and it keeps showing up in film trailers. I'm like, it wasn't good to begin with.
It's pretty much the same as before, and there's a lot I really hate. It's bullies in movies, I think, are so boring and so not interesting. I think you could make them interesting. You can make them funny, like in The Simpsons, or you can make them kind of complex, like in Welcome to Dollhouse. That one kid was actually kind of fascinating.
Oh my God.
But like they're just there to just be this one note. I'm the antagonist. I just hate you. I make jokes that aren't funny. I just act really tough, and they're just not interesting, and they're not funny, and they're just a pain in the ass to me. And I just always groan when I see them in a movie. I'm like, oh. Here we go. Or I'll say a movie that has a villain that does not need a villain. I hate it when they do that. It's kind of the same
Frozen.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to say, I don't think Frozen needed a villain at all. And like somehow like at the end I was like, this is really interesting because like for the longest time in that movie when you're watching it, I'm like, there's no villain here. And it's fascinating. And I was just like, oh, no, it was me all along. I'm like, oh, God.
That's true.
How about you guys?
Thank you, Tamara.
Any cliches that just drive you nuts?
I love everything.
That's going to be your answer for everything. How are you, Tamara? I love everything.
The Third Reich, Tamara. What do you think?
I love everything. How about you, Malcolm?
I guess just the romantic pairings. It's like where two of the main characters, like they have to be together. It's like, you are a guy, you're a girl, you're going to be together by the end of this film. It's like, don't have to be,
That was one of the cool things. When we saw Blade, we were watching again, I'm like, do they not get together?
Yeah, they don't.
Like, that was so cool.
Yeah,
like, because there was clearly no chemistry, like romantic chemistry between them. And then when it got to the end, it's just like, where are you going? You work on that serum. I'm going to go kick some vampire ass. I'm like, oh, like you can do this.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually a thing you can do. You can have a man and a woman as main characters, and they're just working together. that's it. Like, it's totally possible.
I feel like also CGI where there doesn't need to be any CGI. Like we were talking to Tamara, she hasn't seen Terminator 2, and we were talking about how the T-1000 is obviously CGI, but so many of those truck chases and the helicopter and stuff are really there on screen. And nowadays it just looks so fake. We're like, well, we'll just digitally insert all this. I'm like, you could do it for real.
I showed my wife that movie for the first time last year, and she just could not believe all that stuff was really there. Like, they really threw that truck off? Yes, what you said. Where they throw the truck off and the helicopter goes over the bridge and the motorcycle stunts, and I'm just saying, like, they really, really did all that. And she just couldn't believe that. It was just so amazing. I think it's more than enough answer for you.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, first off, I'd like to actively thank you. You watching your series has actually rekindled a lot of my love of culture.
Oh,
awesome.
Cool.
Like
We're
going back, and it actually forced me to go back and rewatch a lot of old movies that I watched as a kid, and I had fun nostalgia for.
Cool.
That being said, I have a present.
Okay. Is it ticking?
Uh-oh.
The movie,
we don't need your porno collection.
No, actually, the specific movie on it is a movie that stars both Rutger Hauer and Matthew Broderick.
Oh, a duo I've always wanted to see together.
I know.
Well, yeah, go ahead and bring it up. What is it?
Oh, it also answers the entire thing of what happens when you make a fantasy movie in the Gulf of when no one's making fantasy movies.
It's blank. I love blank movies.
It's not blank, actually.
Oh, it's on the inside? Oh, what is that? 20th Century Fox. Oh my God, sounds amazing.
Lady Hawk.
Oh, Lady Hawk. Okay. Oh, I've heard of this. I've never seen it.
Well, congratulations. Have your own personal copy.
Thank you.
I was laughing because looking at this disc, I feel like we're going to put it in and it's a list of CIA code names. And then the government's going to bust
Hello,
in.
Agent Smith. Thank you so much. Very kind of you.
Thank you.
We hate cheesy.
I love cheese.
Are you ever going to do another thing where you play a video game and the nerd does a movie?
Probably. We kind of did it. If there's something that looks like it's a good opportunity to do with it, we could switch again, definitely. But I mean, nothing's coming to mind. But if something pops in there, where we're like, oh hey, this would be really funny and this could work. Yeah, but maybe we will. Did someone just go, ouch?
Yeah.
A weird thing to say.
Are you okay?
Ouch!
I have one question. Well, actually, two. One, in honor of Mel Brooks coming out of retirement, are you going to be doing any more Mel Brooks movies?
Well, what's he coming out? I missed this. What's he coming out of retirement for?
He is doing a Spaceballs 2 in honor
Okay,
of...
is that real? Is he really doing that? Is this a legit thing?
I feel like I've been hearing
stories,
that forever.
I'm not exactly sure, but I know that he's been wanting to come out of retirement and do something.
Okay, the one thing I'm a little concerned about with Mel Brooks, because he's done so much for comedy, is fantastic and everything. There is his later stuff he was showing his age. It was going a little slower. It was a little
Dracula, Dead and Loving It did not hold up.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like Robin Hood. I didn't think it was
actually.
That bad.
I liked Robin Hood.
But then but then he did Producers, and Producers was great, the Broadway one. But then he did
then the
one
movie
for
wasn't.
No. But then he did Young Frankenstein, a Broadway one. It was apparently really bad. So it's something where it's I would actually love to see a Spaceballs 2. I'd love to see it a satire of either the new Star Wars movies or the prequels.
Search for more money.
Yeah. I love for it to be like a satire of the prequels or something like that. How did Dark Helmet become Dark Helmet? And I think that could be very funny. I would like someone. I know it's terrible to say. I would maybe like someone else to sort of tackle it. Just someone that's a good satirist. Nowadays, is a little bit more caught up. I just have this. I could be totally wrong. Maybe he still has the magic. It'll be great. I get the feeling it's just going to be really slow. There's some good jokes, but it's going to be really slow.
It's sad too, but that style of comedy has also kind of died. It was very much a thing of the 70s, the 80s, the early 90s.
In movies, at least, not as much.
Yeah, in movies, the sort of satirical films that were spoofing, series like Robin Hood or Star Wars or Westerns or the Zucker brothers did the Top Gun films. Yeah. And I don't know what happened, but at some point it's just the bottom just fell out of that market and it hasn't really been the same. So
yeah, so we'll see. I mean, if he does come back, maybe I'll we'll do something with that. So cool. A little louder. I'm sorry, Mike's dying.
Uh-oh.
die. Well, you know what? Just shout it. Shout it with all your heart.
Have you heard of a game called Movie Buff?
Movie buffs?
No.
Is it like Seen It?
Close. It's a card game, actually.
Oh.
Oh, wait. I might have seen this advertised at too many games, actually. I think I've seen it. I have not played it.
It's a lot of fun, especially if you love movies.
Okay. Oh, cool. Definitely check that out. Okay, but probably pointless to have you run around since we don't have a mic, so we'll just pick somebody here. Let's do black shirt. Lady there. Yes. Oh, are we gonna do?
I wanted
any
to
vlogs?
do the Wuzzles, but you know.
Are we gonna do any other vlogs? Particularly, I have heard good things about what Star vs. Evil. Is that what it's called? That one I wouldn't mind checking out.
Check it out.
Yeah, I think we also kind of like want to catch up on the Adventure Times as well and the Steven Universe and stuff. So
I needed some time too to grieve after Gravity Falls because I mean that was rough. It's the perfect summer, and then they got on the bus.
I did see an episode of Star vs. Force of Evil. I thought was very funny. So I wouldn't mind checking that out. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So maybe. Cool. Tamara, why don't you pick one?
Oh, hello.
Good choice.
Oh.
Should we talk about the Tumblr possible origin?
Yeah, tell her.
Okay, no, we saw this on Tumblr, and I don't usually say, ooh, that's a good idea from Tumblr, but I saw this and I really liked it. We might do something with it. It said, I would love it if Hyper Fangirl was actually the daughter of Uncle Lies and Aunt Deceit. The two characters we have in Cats and Dogs and, that awful father and mother duo that always have different kids. She always has the cigarette hanging out and I have the pipe with the creepy smile. Maybe she was the daughter of them and they never raised her, so she got into movies and TVs and internet, that kind of raised her. And I saw that on Tumblr, I'm like, not a bad idea. That might be kind of fun.
That's amazing for a change.
Yeah, no, I was actually really impressed by that. So that might be the origins. I don't know.
But you wrote her into the. What was the first review with Hyper?
Lorax.
Lorax review, yeah. And she was in the middle of the script, and somehow I read through the script. I skimmed through the script and I missed Hyper. And I got there and you were like, did you bring any clothes? I was like, no, I'm so sorry. And so we threw together the outfit. And now she's my favorite and I love the character. And it just kind of represents happy fans, excited fans who are just I love this so much. Not just NC, I love this so much.
When she's based kind of on a real person.
Yeah. There actually is a person that would, she was a fan and she was just...
We met her at Indie PopCon again and she's just so infectiously full of energy.
Yeah, she has a ton of energy, but
it's just, she's like drinking a Red Bull. You just get this energy boost just by having her near you.
Yes.
It's all right, let's do this.
And she does the fan art and she's super, super positive and super happy and laughing and stuff like that. And I remember originally I was gonna have Rachel play this character because I like the idea of me the critic having that's one thing to do with the critic. I never did any love interest, so I'm this might be kind of fun. And originally it was gonna be Rachel kind of as, if you remember the South Park Top 11, she's kind of the nerdy girl on there and stuff. She's gonna be kind of ugly and stuff, and I realized that seemed a little too mean. That seemed to because she was this really aggressive you shut up, yeah, this kind of voice and stuff like that. And I was thinking I don't think I want to do that. I want something that's kind of likable, represents kind of the funny but also good part of a diehard fan base. And we would often bring up that person. Her name's Erica. We would bring her up kind of like her. Does even get like her kind of?
On our DVD, you can actually see her. She's got it.
On sale now at our booth. Yeah, well, not now, but after the.
Everyone runs out.
So I think we answered that. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. And then purple shirt there. I don't know,
that's what we want to do is more work.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know, Kick Ass, Suburbanites, Bully Fleet, that was enough. Honestly, it's just we wouldn't have time. And I think anyone will tell you that's made a movie, and James will tell you, you have to like devote your life to it, and you have to
His
love
life
it, and
for
you have to have
2
that
years
passion
was
for
pretty
that.
much that film.
Yeah.
That was like the only thing.
And I honestly, I like doing the reviews, I like doing the anniversary specials. I'm just not at that point yet where it's like, yes, I have this idea for a critic movie. I know what to do with it. I want to premiere it. I want to get the money for it. I'm like, I just know I'll be like, oh, I'm sick of this already. I want to stop, So if something ever came about that was like a good enough story and worth that time and everything, I'll do it. But as of now, I like doing the anniversary specials. I like doing the critic reviews. And so I feel like I can kind of explore it. Oh, thank you. I feel like I can really explore it there. Rob, why don't you pick one?
I gotta go with our little firebending. Or was he a firebender? Are you doing Mako or?
Yeah, it was my.
Yeah, okay, he was a fire. I'm trying to think back to Korra. I was like, was he a fire or earthbender? I forget.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay, now I get it. Oh, well done, guys.
Nice.
So my question is, with the way it's a mixed bag of tricks with the way they do live action adaptations of like anime films, like you look at Dragon Ball Evolution.
Hey, hold on. Let him finish.
The question is, what are your views on series as they get continued, say, from an animation into a comic book form?
Oh, what's our thoughts on like shows being continued in comic book forms?
So you mean like what they've done with Avatar, with the search and?
I've only read one or two. I did read the Avatar ones. I really liked them. I hope they're doing one with Korra. I think it'd be great to see that, kind of see that relationship actually kind of have something happen. Like, I was more like a, psych, gotcha! At the end, it's like, oh, great. So, civil rights, great, but it's like, surprise! I was like, I want to see like actual chemistry between those characters. I want to see like a relationship.
I'm kind of torn because a part of me is just like, oh, it's cool. Like, we can see where it's going. A part of me is also kind of like, well, why wasn't that in the show in the first place? The Korra one I kind of understand because it seemed like Korra from the start had so many production issues. Like, it just looked at me like Nickelodeon was dicking them around. But the Avatar one, yeah, the whole thing with like the mother, and I was like, where's my mother? And then it just stops. I felt a little gypped, not gonna lie, at the end of Avatar. And it's an otherwise perfect show, but so, and I'm like, but then I read the comics, I'm just like, oh, well, this is really cool. But again, I'm just like, why couldn't you find a way to incorporate it somehow in the story? I don't know. It's hit and miss for me.
But I'm not against it. I think it's kind of like, it's almost like good fan fiction, except it's actually
I'd
canon.
rather know one way or another, so I'm not going to sit here and say, well, they shouldn't do it. Like,
cool. Malcolm, why don't you pick the next one?
I'm going to go with Waka. Flock of Flame.
Waka, waka.
I'm honored to be in the room with you. That's not true. I don't know who you are, but still, great honor. After I insult you. Pretty bad. Sure. Do you think they should do another live-action Avatar movie, not with Shyamalan? Just I still say no. I don't think it's a good idea. I think
unless you're really gonna Lord of the Rings the thing, and it's like 3 hours each.
Even then, I don't
feel
think
it's
you
tough.
could do it.
Yeah,
I think it's just so much that they threw in, and so much you'd have to cut out that was so charming to the show. It seems like, why watch a movie that's gonna cut out all that stuff in the show? We can just watch the show.
Well, it's kind of like saying, hey, let's do like a Game of Thrones series, and it's like, only 6 movies or whatever, versus like the television show.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't cram the same amount of stuff into that 6-movie series that you could over 13 episodes per season.
I'm not saying you can't make it good or that you can't make changes that would, make it interesting, but it's like, what's the point?
I mean,
when
you could
have
make
this
it
great
better
show?
than the Shyamalan film. I mean, that's for damn sure. But, whether it should be done, I don't know. I just Can we have a moment of silence for what Shyamalan did to Avatar? Okay, thank you very much.
Tamara, think of it.
And Mario.
Good question.
Yeah.
Next. No, okay.
Yes, so you can. Next person.
Okay, first off, thank you, and I've got 2 questions. First, thank you. I just want to thank you guys for what you guys have done over the years. I'm not going to go into too much perfect details, but suffice to say, I'm going to the run time with my family last year. And that's like we were watching you guys on the videos, from the anniversary specials to the other stuff, even some of the funny stuff on reviews that you and I don't necessarily agree on, like say the Lost World. You and I don't necessarily agree, but I still love them.
Yeah, no, if you like it, man.
So, basically, you guys have been helping me through a whole lot, so much so that I've actually came up here all the way from Texas.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Well,
That's
thank
a haul.
you, sir. Yeah.
Thanks
Oh,
for
definitely.
coming.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
That's a long haul.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As far as skills that you haven't, or whatnot that you haven't necessarily done, I was curious if you were at any intentions, like say for nostalgia movies, anything related to Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, Tales from the Crypt? Yeah, I should. Because my wife loves that show, and I really got
Blood,
into
the
it.
greatest Dennis Miller movie ever made.
And we ran through them. We actually marathoned them. We loved watching them. And I heard, this is going to be funny, a lot of people are like, well, M. Night Shyamalan is apparently putting together this Tales from the Crypt reboot or something like that. Everybody's like, no! And I'm like, I think that's a great idea. Those were intentionally crazy, over-the-top, bad, awkward,
So
funny,
in the same way
scary
Shyamalan
stories.
makes unintentional comedies, this will be very
Yeah,
funny.
I thought that was actually a perfect choice. Now watch, it'll be like really boring and serious. or
Demon
something.
Knight as a sort of like Evil Dead 2 stylish
I think it's a lot
clone
of
is a
fun.
great movie. I love Billy Zane in that film. It's just amazing.
Yeah. But I should talk about the show because I do really like that show a lot with a passion. I think I could talk about it, and if not, yeah, maybe I will talk about.
Oh,
the
wait,
movies.
Tamara, have you seen Demon Knight? All right, that's on the
next
list.
Tamara watches, yeah. Gotta show her that. Oh, that one's fun.
Watching all 7 seasons of Tales from the Crypt.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Ironically, the very first episode I saw was actually the last one that was ever aired on HBO. It was the animated one.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
that's right. That was
Yeah.
technically the last one. I forgot about that.
Now this is a question for all 4 of you. Has there ever been a movie that you guys just absolutely love to just like tear into, but by the time you sit down and watch it, you're like, wow, I've actually got nothing. Have you ever had that experience?
Like a movie we wanted to tear into, but then when we watched it, it was hard.
For reviews, you mean?
Like you had nothing to do.
Again, I gotta go with Junior. Like that
Yeah,
was the one we
Junior.
really thought that was gonna be funny.
We thought that
and
was
write
gonna be
itself
comic
and just,
gold, and it was just
really
so
boring.
boring.
And didn't, with the exception of the little dream he has with the creepy.
Oh
baby
no,
eyeball.
I'll give you one. There's a couple. They always tend to be generally bad comedies. Cat in the Hat. I didn't have anything because I was just so miserable watching it. And like Mamma Mia, I came up with a number of good lines. Cat in the Hat, I couldn't even come up with anything. Son of the Mask was another one where I couldn't come up with anything. I'm like, this is just terrible. Like I can't think of anything even funny to say. It's just awful. That's for me.
I mean, we don't really.
I was gonna say they don't really review it, so
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right.
I mean.
Thank you.
Oh, no
Very
problem.
kind.
Thank you.
Let's see. I'll take the next one here. I just gotta know what that white face, white hoodie. I gotta know what that is. Hi. Oh, well, what are you dressed as? Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. I love it.
Did you know they're actually coming out with a new Ghostbusters?
I don't know. The word hasn't spread that much about it, but yeah. Uh-huh. I don't think Disney will ever run out, so why should I? I mean, it does get trickier to find a theme.
Should just do
but
Disney Christmas. It'll be like the 2 movies that came out that year, and just only
Yeah.
on the 25th.
There you go. But, I mean, they do put out a lot of movies. So, yeah, I think it's one of those where it's like, I always feel like I can find something, like, even when I'm doing, like, the Disney sequels this year, and, like, you
Ooh,
know.
we could do the Disney Channel movies.
No, actually,
Please! Please
No,
do
that's
those!
Trust me, they've been asking about it. So I don't want to, though.
But they're so good.
No, they're not. No, they're not. I mean, we'll just keep finding stuff. You know, Disney's never going to run out of material, so I don't think we'll ever run out either. Sure. Rob, why don't you pick the next one?
Whatever that purple suppository is that's being held up.
No, it's an inner tube.
Oh, it's an inner tube. Okay. Well, the way he was holding it, yeah.
No, the other inner tube. Yes,
yeah, no, the other purple inner tube.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is a question for Doug. I know you have been playing in the past. You did work with interactive game characters.
Yeah.
If you were down in California, would you ever consider going on guest runs with game characters?
Oh yeah, no, I mean their stuff is great. Him especially, his I am just in love with his sequelitis. I think those are brilliant videos. And we've done a lot of stuff with him, and he's just so out there and just so crazy. Yeah, anything he would ever need me for, I'd totally be down for.
He's one of those really very naturally funny guys. And the funny story, he's the one that actually taught me how to do Jeff Goldblum. Because he has a Jeff Goldblum impression, and he would do certain quirks that I had not picked up on, but whenever you would do Goldblum, you would go, yes. And like, I started doing that just myself because I picked it up from him, and then my Goldblum came out of that. But I never would have like started doing Goldblum had he not taught me that trick. So.
Oh, was it? God, there'd be so many. You know, the Disney Princess one was... yeah. The Disney Princess one was more like, you know, because, like, I just saw some of these. I'm like, oh, some of these are actually a little interesting. And I realized I had about 6 that I knew about. And I was kind of like, hey, let me make a list out of it. Just get, 5 more or something. So I just kind of threw it together. With Steven Universe, I mean, because we are going to get an ending eventually, I don't know if that's kind of what I liked about the Princess one is that you couldn't quite prove them true or false yet. There's only 1 or 2 that would come out eventually that maybe you could. But maybe, again, I just have to go through Tumblr, see what all the theories are and stuff. But you never know, might be a possibility. Sure. Malcolm, why don't you pick the next one?
Right here in the blue. You've been holding up your hand forever. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
I love Tremors.
Oh, the movie Tremors. Yeah, no,
80s classic.
No, that's one of those where we've always, like, whenever Halloween comes around, we're always like, so this year should we do Tremors or next year? We legitimately love it, but it's so dumb, but we love it.
All the right ways.
Yeah, I mean, we just really love it. So one of these days we'll do that movie because we just think it's a load of fun. Oh, should you have knowledge and passion equally, or should you have more of one of them? Is that what you're asking? To be a critic. I think you need both, but if
you're going to be an entertainer primarily, you could get away on your comedy. If you're talking about being a critic, yeah, you should read.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, like, if you were just to take what I say and put it in written form, it wouldn't read like, Roger Ebert or any of these other great critics. There'd be too much repeating stuff and stuttering and things like that. But when you put it in video form, you put it with visuals and stuff like that, and you incorporate the character, it feels more organic and it feels a little bit more honest. Same thing with even Siskel and Ebert's writing. I mean, it's like the writing is phenomenal, but I love watching them together, and you feel that passion so much more when you see them actually talking about how much they care. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. I'd say you definitely need both.
And just to always do it. Like, I know a lot of people, like, I think when they get into college, they think, oh, and then when I'm out of college, I'm done. Like, I don't need to learn anything anymore. Like,
yeah, just always keep learning.
Just always keep reading all. And there's plenty of people who haven't been to college at all and who educate themselves. And that's the thing. Like, people are completely capable of educating themselves. And, the second, they their brains are functioning at a level higher than the age at 2, all the way to when they die. So just never give up on it, and absorb as much knowledge as you can.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's do red shirt there, red pants, red everything. Yeah. Yes. A movie that we saw that we either liked but then eventually disliked, or we disliked and then eventually liked. This is for any of us. Probably 2. I guess they kind of count. I don't hate them by any means, but when I watched them again, I'm like, oh, this isn't as good as I remember it. One is, you're gonna hate me, the first Ninja Turtles movie, which I still really enjoy, but it is still not quite a good movie. I mean, it's still kind of clumsy and weird and doesn't quite add up, but again, it's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. For what we got, I think we should be very thankful it's as good as it was. And then the other one is probably the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings. I loved when I was younger. That's what got me into Lord of the Rings and reading the books. And when the Jackson movie, The Fellowship, came out, I was like, oh, well, this is just trying too hard and too overblown. Now the Bakshi one, that's the one that got it. And I went back to watch it again to prove to myself, and I was like, oh no. And there's still stuff I love more in that movie than the Jackson one, but as a whole, it's like, no, it doesn't work. And I still love watching that movie, and so many things I think are better than the Jackson one. But yeah, the Jackson ones are better. How about you guys?
For me, Sam Raimi's film called Drag Me to Hell. As I was watching it, I'm like, this movie is awful. But by the end of it, I was like, I love that.
I love that movie, Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because I slowly began to realize what it really was, and it was...
It's Evil Dead 4. It really is what it is. Yeah, to look at like it's meant to be over the top, crazy, dumb, bad, all that stuff. How about you, Rob?
Man, I don't know.
Here, Tamara, you can go.
Yeah.
Rockadoodle.
Wait, did you start out?
I grew up with that movie hardcore. Like, I would watch it like twice a week, and I was like, this is so good. I knew all the songs, and then I watched your review of it. I was like, oh no, this is an awful movie.
Okay, I'll give you 2 because they're interrelated. The Abrams Star Treks. I liked the first one all right, and it's really strange. As it's aged, I actually have continually ended up liking it more every time I've seen it. Into Darkness, on the other hand, I thought was pretty meh to begin with, and every time I've seen it, it has now turned into a complete and total frickin' loathing.
Yes.
So.
Oh, wow.
So, cool. Malcolm, why don't you pick the next one?
I guess that's good. Right here in the gray shirt. Yes.
Okay, I have 2 questions. One of them all in the audience here because I was going to ask about the Jeff Goldblum movie.
I am at your service, yes.
Anyway, the other one was like my first, but I watched, got turned on to the room because of watching your review, and I got smart because I actually downloaded it right before I had to get taken. So I was like, watching it and all that stuff is going on. But like, how was that like having to take down the room from the site and having like ultimately put it back on?
Oh, I mean, when we put up the review, like day it went up, we got an email not written very well.
John from the roommovie.com.
John from the roommovie.com, which was strange.
Broken was so like English.
Yeah, like his accent actually came through the email somehow, which was very fascinating.
You are not to be using roommovie.com type footage.
Yeah.
Please cease and desist now, sir.
So we kind of took it off, and then we checked with our lawyer, said, can he really get us with this? And then he watching, he went, no. like if this went to court, it'd be more than in your favor. And so we went, okay, so we put it back up. Nothing ever came of it. And we did an interview with him years later.
What a funny story,
Yeah,
Doug.
we became friends with the people that made it and stuff. And so it's just one of those strange, surreal things. But again, I think everything with him is strange and surreal. Why don't you pick the next one, Rep?
Guy holding the rattle.
Maraca, thank you. Well, what animated show would I like to look back and see if it still holds up? Danger Mouse. Really? I'm legitimately, I'm just thinking, I'm like,
Danger Mouse.
I haven't seen that in a while. Was that actually good or was that stupid? Like, I don't remember. I saw it when I was a little kid. So.
On a similar note, Banana Man.
Yeah, and so, hey, okay, we answered that. Great. Cool. Tamara, why'd you pick the next one?
Well, my first two things are really quick. So, have you heard of or seen Rick and Morty?
I've seen all of Rick and Morty.
That show.
Very good.
Would you do a video log?
No, people ask me to do vlogs on it. I don't think I could talk enough about it.
There's nothing to say.
It's just funny and clever. It's like I don't think it'd be interesting.
Went into it. Yeah. There are some very clever things in it, and occasionally the show can get deep, but I don't find it particularly deep enough that I'm like, oh, I can spend a half hour talking about it, except to say this was really funny, and it's really, really legitimately funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think the vlogs would be like, 3-4 minutes each, something like that. They'd be super short.
It has one of my favorite jokes in it, which is, I think you know the one I'm talking about, where he creates this little robot just to put butter on bread. He's like, what is my mission? You scrape butter on bread. And then like later the robot asks the second time, he's like, I told you scrape butter on bread. And the poor robot just looks at his two hands and goes, my God. Like so his life is
welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. It's like that poor sad robot. This is all he was created to do.
As far as my actual question goes, I mean, like, somebody mentioned it before, but like fair use has been a huge issue with the channel. Like all over YouTube and stuff like that. But as a result of that, some of your newer stuff has been a lot more sketch oriented. Like every time Coke 2 shows up in the Jurassic World review, it's hilarious. And Mad Max is actually now my favorite nostalgia.
That's my favorite too, yeah.
So as far as like moving forward, knowing that you kind of have to tiptoe around fair use, do you think that's going to make your reviews in the end better or worse?
Well, everything in entertainment is a compromise. You're never going to get 100% what you want, nor really should you. You should work for, what's the most important thing to get in there, and you should figure out what's important to cut. I don't think anyone should have just unlimited power over something. You need to make that compromise. That's not how life works. That's not how art works. That's just not the way it should be. So I think in sort of making these compromises, doing kind of the clipless reviews, and making the clips even shorter, it makes the writing a little tighter as well. I think with anything, you just sort of find you have to be a little bit more clever, and I like that. So in a strange way, I kind of like how it sort of changed. Like we had to be a little bit more smart to work with it, and I don't know if it would have gone that route without all this stuff coming. But I think we still will try to find something new to do with it, try to evolve it, but this sort of forced in this direction. So, yeah. Cool. Let's see. I got big ass sword back there, yeah.
Oh, Zach.
Uh-huh. Oh, Sailor Moon, it was something
Doug's
I grew
just
up...
in it for the mini skirts.
The 14 years old.
Your Honor, in Japan, it was perfectly fine.
I think, I grew up with a little bit, and it was more sort of analyzing, like, how did this get popular? How did this stay around? With the American version. I'm sure Japanese is better and stuff, but I wanted to focus on the American one. If I find something else I feel I can really do with the anime, well, like I did Ponyo as well, and we did the Digimon movie and stuff, so it has to be something I feel like I can really talk about, but I haven't seen that many animes, and the ones I have I love, but I haven't seen like a ton, so it just has to be something I have a real passion for wanting to do and something I think I can get material for. And the funny thing, whenever somebody does say, yeah, you're making fun of Sailor Moon, how dare you, you horrible person, I'm always like, oh yeah, well, you know who likes it? The voice actors! Because like, I know like all the voice actors from that show, and they're all like, oh my God, your review was amazing.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm a sub-only person, so.
So, cool, let's see here. Tamara, why don't you pick the next one here?
Yes, I will. That person.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you need a minute?
Oh, cool.
Nice. Is it
More
really?
bunny boobies.
So that's a real thing.
Can we get Kristen Wiig Lola instead, please? I mean, we'll see what they do. I mean, I will say this, looking back at Space Jam 1, it is fun to watch for just how 90s it is.
It's
is
one of
just
the quintessential 90s
Yeah, it
movies.
is just so drenched in 90s, it's kind of fun for that, but I still don't think it's very good. Yeah, well, maybe for you. I mean, LeBron James is very funny. He's a good actor. Surprisingly, he's actually very, very charming. So, I mean, I think he could make that work, but you just need good writers and you need a good idea. Hopefully they can do it because I love the Looney Tunes. Oh, yeah, I saw him, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I played football with him. I did the whole thing.
You wanted to give us the warning.
All right, so we have time for one last question here. Let's do, I think that's pink hair? Is that what that is? With the greenish jersey? Yeah, the one going, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, thank you.
That's good.
Favorite and least favorite Tim Curry movie?
Favorite? Hunt for Red October.
Yes.
I love him in that movie too. Captain. It's just so great.
In terms of least favorite, I'm trying to think of one where like it pissed me off or whatever. It's not the worst, but it's just in this list I gotta say it. I love him in it. Home Alone 2 probably. Yeah. But I love him in it. He is so much fun. That's actually my introduction to Tim Curry, and I just fell in love with his acting ever since. I'm
gonna probably have to say Fern Gully. I just really hated that movie. And again, he's great in it, but
toxic love. Yes. So, guys, if you didn't get a question asked, we're gonna go down to the booth down the exhibitor hall. We're gonna have prints and DVDs. We just gotta go change real fast, but we'll go right down there. We'll be there for a few hours. Please come by, talk to us, ask questions. Thank you so much. Bye.